I'm throwing you straight onto the
You throw me
meat,
other stuff?
right on the meatloaf, dude. Right
Oh,
on the finest crockpot meal.
Another bantamweight banger here in Ripple. We got C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez, taking on Cameron Saaiman, a.k.a. MSP. And what can you say about Saaiman? The kid is undefeated. We saw him debut on Dana White Contender Series, and he slept Josh Wayne Kim. Easy light work, third-round finish. And since doing so, he's 3-0 in the promotion, has picked up 2 finishes, and even had a nice performance of the night bonus against Steven Kozlow. In a fight that was kind of back and forth, Kozlow made a good account of himself, but nonetheless, Saaiman was too much. And the last time we saw Cameron, it was this past summer. It was in Vegas, and he absolutely slept Terrence Mitchell. That fight was over in 3 minutes, and granted, Terrence Mitchell is not a great fighter, but nonetheless, it was one of those fights that you expected Saaiman to get it done early and often, and he went out there and did it. So much respect to Saaiman, keeping his undefeated record intact, but he's a slight dog in this one. I was a little bit surprised to that, but the odds makers are showing a lot of love for C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez, who the last time we saw him, it was earlier this year, and he was around a plus 250 dog, taking on the hyped up prospect Raul Rosas Jr., and I don't want to say C-Rod made it look easy, but that fight was pretty non-competitive, and it was a fight that I think opened a lot of people's eyes as to, okay, perhaps we need to pump the brakes a little bit on the Raul Rosas hype, but in the same vein, perhaps we got to give a little bit more respect to C-Rod, because this guy absolutely dominated him, and he had that beautiful finish in the fight before against Joshua Weems, and if you really do a deep dive, C-Rod's only loss was to JSP, Jonathan Pierce, and that was a fight where he was fighting up a weight class, and he managed to still go the distance against a guy in JSP who could be a future champ in that division. So, what are your thoughts on this one, Meat Boy? I know you like Saaiman, and at plus 124, are you seeing the dog value there, or is C-Rod at around minus 140 just going to be too much? Who you take?
Yeah, no, this one's very interesting because seeing how, MSP is the underdog out of South Africa. I mean, he's undefeated 22. He's looking like a stud lately, but it just shows that, C-Rod's been getting some respect lately, and well deserved, because I do kind of see Christian Rodriguez being the better fighter all around, better takedown defense, maybe even similar grappling, but I think he'll be able to defend Cameron from taking him down. So it comes down to who's better at stand-up, and Cameron's pretty crispy, but man, C-Rod, he's got the reach advantage. I think he'll even maybe have the strength advantage. He's 25 versus 22, a little more experienced maybe, just in general. Man, this is such a good fight, such a close one, but most likely C-Rod wins. But that being said, I'm a dog chaser, and so I'm taking my boy Saaiman, representing South Africa, and he's coming for that strap. Future champ coming through.
Yeah, good stuff. And perhaps if C-Rod is on the tracks, then the Saaiman hype train might roll him over. But in this one, Meat Boy, if we look at Tapology's seeing it the same way as you. So one of those rare fights where Vegas is seeing it one way, but Tapology's awfully bullish in the opposite. And 79% rolling with MSP. Only 21% is rolling with C-Rod. There is a majority beige on both sides. If you're picking MSP, does he get a finish, or do you see this being a tough decision?
If he gets a finish, that'll be really impressive, but I think this is going to be a grindy savagery. Who's got better cardio, better endurance, and I think it's going to be a split decision win by Cameron Saaiman.
Yeah, good stuff. I could see that all the way. And when this fight was initially announced, these guys were actually supposed to fight a couple months back. So I'm glad that they put this one back together, first of all. But when this was announced, I was pretty bullish on C-Rod getting this one done. But when Saaiman fought most recently, again, it was against T. Mitch, but he did look pretty good. So for me, I think I had to elevate my respect for Cameron Saaiman. But nonetheless, I'm still going to trust my gut, even though he's not the dog, the C-Rod dog that I hoped for. He is a slight favorite, but I'm going to take Christian Rodriguez in this one. I like him to just hopefully out-tough him, because stylistically I think that both these guys offer similar skill sets, and I do see a world where Saaiman really is that dude, even at just 22 years old. This kid could make a tremendous statement on Saturday, but I'm going to trust my gut. I'm going to roll with C-Rod because I picked him against Raul Rosas Jr., and I really believe that this kid is that good. So if he is that good, then he's going to have to try, find a way to take out a guy in MSP. So I'm taking C-Rod. I like your idea of a split decision, though, Meat Boy. So I'm going to take the split with you. I'm just taking the other side, taking C-Rod. Any last thoughts?
No, this is a very fun fight, great fight nonetheless. Comments you taking it. Why? Smash that, subscribe.